Ugarte this, Ugarte that, Viaman coming in, Zubimendi, name them. Listen, guys, I'm here to tell you exactly what's happening and how Manchester United is still insistent on signing Manuel Ugarte. Here's the latest coming through from different sources around Manchester United. I know you've heard a lot of things about the situation with Manuel Ugarte. Many will feel disappointed that it looks like United is going to move on from a player who it clearly needs so much. But listen, guys, here is the truth. My name is Webb. This is the United Hot Sport. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me give it to you. It's a Friday. Okay. But what a week, man. This week has been so fast. I feel like, but I think probably that's because there's been a lot of news surrounding Manchester United. But the latest that came from last night, I think, some guy, he's sort of a journalist who has been off in a way, writing about how Man United are now looking at all the other options from Veerman, Zubimendi, name them, and they are giving up on Manuel Ugarte. Listen, guys, I've got my sources and I trust them. Now, they may not be the guys in charge of the transfers at Man United. They may not be God who knows everything that will happen, the Almighty, but these sources are credible and I trust them. And if you see you don't have people you trust at some point with certain things, then that's on you. But at least there should be a certain group of people you should trust more than anyone when it comes to things concerning a particular topic. Now, when it comes to these Man United transfers, for me, this is it. This is clear. Manuel Ugarte is going to join Manchester United. Now, it might not be at the time you expected it to happen. It may not be now. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be immediate. But Ugarte is the number 6 Man United is going for. Forget about what you've had. Forget about talks of Veerman and what have you. The plan for Man United is to sign Ugarte, though they are just not willing to overspend. The delay is part of the strategies that Ineos have started to try and get PSG run out of patience and say, you know what, let's just take it. Because here's the thing, and you see, even PSG know it, that logically, Manchester United cannot overpay for a player, first of all, who PSG does not even want. It's not like PSG are desperate to keep Ugarte and Man United want to get him from them. No, they have already got their man, Joao Neves. They have Fabian Ruiz. These are the two players that Luis Enrique prioritizes. To them, Ugarte is surplus to requirements. But the thing is, they signed him for 51 million and they want to sell him for 59 million pounds. Man United are saying, just even a season later, Man United are saying it's not worth it. We can't do it. United are only willing to pay at most 42 million pounds for him. Now, do PSG want to find ways of course foxing because they saw how Man United spent on Lenny Yoro? They probably feel their player should be of better value to Man United. Maybe, but you see, there is something to compare Ugarte's situation against because they signed him from Sporting Lisbon for 51 million. You cannot be wanting to to recover all your money and even make profits just a season later. Yet even the player does not want to stay with you. You don't want to keep them yourself. You've got options already. You've sort of moved on from them. So the thing is, Man United are just buying time and they are still trapped in conversations. The beauty, though, is that the PSG we are talking about has got other interests in Manchester United. So because of the whole package and the relationship we have with PSG, there is a high chance that they will cut down on their valuation. United are just not overpaying. The two players that Ineos are stuck on are Manuel Ugarte and Sofian Amrabat. You do recall that in the last summer when we brought Amrabat on loan, he was waiting for United for months, for a long time. He turned down offers from all other clubs to join Man United. It's almost the same situation. His loan spell with Man United ended at the end of July, but Amrabat is up to now insisting that he wants United, he's waiting on United, and they seem to have convinced him that they will come and try to make a move for him. In fact, I feel like it's probable that Ineos are even already advanced in talks to bring Amrabat. That's why Fiorentina are not coming out and showing that they are in a rush to sell him. I think they have low-key maybe verbally agreed with Man United on the fee. United are just waiting for the right moment to activate it. But the point is, Amrabat himself is waiting for no other club but strictly Manchester United. So these two players are the first priorities. Yes, we might have spoken about Adrian Rabiot and the personal terms and what. All those maybe can come as add-ons. The two players that Man United are focusing on in the midfield are Manuel Ugarte and Amrabat, and both players are waiting for Manchester United. You see, Zubimendi is good. Rabiot is okay. Veerman is decent. But none of these players has the profile of Ugarte and Amrabat. And Ineos know it. The profile of a player that that Ineos will want to sign is not any of the rest. It's these two. Amrabat on a good day showed us that he can cover the ground that we need our number 6 to cover. Ugarte, there are no questions about him. So this whole talk to confuse people, to try get us off and disorganize us, I feel like this is not the time for such talk. We can't afford to be patient. It is that kind of talk where you link Man United with all players can happen way before the transfer window. But you see where we are now, we're already signing players, things are happening. We cannot afford to come out and just start being linked to all these players and what. The thing that is slowing the whole deal, by the way, is PSG, of course, but not just PSG. We are also in a sort of a sell to buy situation, and even Eric Ten Hag seemed to confirm this himself in that pre-match interview before the Liverpool game. We're in a situation where we've got to sell players to buy. So the money is probably not there per se. If I should say, it's probably not there. But we need to sell the Scott McTominay's. Good enough, there is interest. Tottenham has joined now Fulham in showing interest in Scott McTominay. We've got to sell the likes of Christian Eriksen. We've got to sell players to be able to buy. Now, it's looking difficult. Why? Because the Glazers had made a mess. That's so difficult for Ineos. And I'm seeing people attacking Ineos and are saying, Ineos are still doing things the way the Glazers did. Guys, you forget that there is a financial fair play rules that even if it's Ineos now in charge, they have got to find ways of fitting within the financial fair play. But they have got a mess to deal with. You've got players who are earning a lot of money with 2 or 3 years left on their contract. What do you do with those players? They don't want to leave. But you need money. You need to be able to let go of certain players for you to create space on your wage bill to be able to fit it AFP rules or PSR rules. So you forget that this is not Ineos' mess. Ineos are only trying to clear a mess that was made by the Glazers, and they sold it to Ineos. It cannot be. People think this transfer business is going to a market and you buy a tomato. No, that they are slow. Credit these guys already for what they have done. I don't even know where they got the money for Lenny Yoro's move and what have you. Probably because of the sales of Greenwood and stuff. It is not easy because the players, they have got long contracts. They don't want to leave. They're earning so much money. Ineos knows the players they want to bring in, but it's Eric Ten Hag alluded to this. You see, let me give you a scenario. People think transfer business is just talk. We are Man U. This is what you do. You see, I don't know whether you've ever sold a property. Even if it's a car, if you're selling your car, just a car. Even if it's a TV, let me just use a TV because a car is you're just selling a TV, but it's difficult for you to sell and negotiate and sell your TV. It's a long process. Now, how about selling a property that is worth 50 million pounds? These are 50 million pounds property. Footballers are big multi-million pounds properties. That is the whole wealth of the richest person in your country. So that business cannot be one night business. It cannot be simple business. These negotiations between clubs are big conversations involving high IQ people, serious negotiations, because clubs are all looking out for their own. Each club is trying to make the best because even £1 million like this is a whole lot of money. It's a whole lot of money. So a difference of £1 or £2 million is huge. That's why clubs go into details and conversations where they go into details of add-ons that if my player scores so many goals, I need an extra this amount of money. These deals are always complicated. And Ineos know that, but they are even further hardened by the issue, the fact that the situation with the club is so difficult in terms of PSR that players are on big wages, yet most of these players who are on big wages are not wanted by the club. The kids who are wanted are on small wages. They also will be demanding for more money. But you see, the Antones are earning crazy wages to do absolutely nothing. The Casemiros are earning crazy wages, yet the Amads, the Kobe Mainos, the young players who are exciting, who should be the future of the club, are on low wages. You want to bring in more players, so it's extremely complicated, but not impossible. So there's a bit of patience needed, but that doesn't mean if a deal drags a bit and then we are now, let's go for Viaman, let's go for Adrian Rabiot, so that we have numbers and show that Ineos have signed so many players so fast. That's not how it works, guys. That's not how it works. So uh, Ugarte is still on. The talks are ongoing. The plan is there to bring Manuel Ugarte. Just a little bit of patience. Let us not be again, this focused and what, and thinking. How many players has Arsenal signed, for example? They haven't. They have only signed one player, of course, two players, even their goalkeeper, who was already, of course, there, and it was just a matter of them triggering an option to buy him permanently. So it is. It is a clear, I think for United. It's Ugarte and most likely Amrabat, but first sell to buy, hoping that PSG can come to their senses. If PSG completely refuse, which is possible because they own the player, then they can start thinking of other options. But I still don't think those options will be Veerman and name them. The options are clear, they are known. This is the United of Sport. My name is Webb. I just needed to put this whole confusion that's emerging to rest or to bed because it's not good, it's not healthy here. And I'm seeing people attacking Ineos. Honestly, Ineos have done a lot already. They just need to be applauded. In my next video, I should be singing for them. My name is Webb. Like, share, subscribe.